And hands on. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get arrested for this shot. 3, 2, 1. I hated that. A lot of this shoot that we're doing is run and gun. It's fast. We don't have a lot of time out here, and we're just working with what we got in the city. So it's what you'd say is a pretty scrappy shoot, natural light, and just getting things on the fly. So with that, we want speed as well. So we're gonna be going a lot of handheld off of the sticks, just getting a lot of variety. So we have variety to the edit. It's not a long edit. But then also, as well as that, we've got the zooms that are helping out. So different focal lengths. We can get a wide, and then we can punch in, get the same thing as a tight, and then just get a lot of variety really fast. Quick rundown, it's a very simple rig. There's not a lot going on. Like I said, Red V-Raptor, we're running the Laowa zooms on this. We've got the tilted nucleus. I put some Condor Blue rosette grips here as well, just so I can have a good handheld setup monitor, and that's pretty much it. And we just got it on sticks for right now, but we're gonna be doing a lot of handheld stuff with the easy rig throughout the day. It's a pretty bare bones setup. And then we got a lens support as well, since they're longer. Make sure that if you're running longer lenses, you give yourself a lens support, because that weight's just gonna probably not be good on your mount. And Mr. AC Josh is building this all out. Josh is much more than just an AC. He's got his whole channel. He's an excellent DP as well.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. So check him out, but he's building out the camera, making it look nice, and we're just getting things built out right now. So we're just dialing in our framing for this. And one thing we got to keep in account is that we're doing horizontal and vertical cuts. So we're kind of not unsure on the exact framing. So we're just kind of figuring that out as we get the motion of just this pan in, pan out, kind of like these whip pans as transitions. But one thing that I do like every time I'm using zooms is that you kind of have the flexibility. You can say like, oh, do you like it at 35, or do you want me to punch into 50? Or what's like 75 look like? But that's one of the nice parts about just working quick and just working with your team of like, oh, we want this lens. Actually, no, pull out. Let's see what that looks like. And you experiment a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Okay, cool. So this first shot, we're just whipping in, right?
Yeah.
We're good. Okay, we ready? Could be it. So I think moves are going to be something like this kind of deal, like a nice walk-in up to him. I kind of hated that. I'm going to go down to the belt. 3, 2, 1, move. This is still scaring me a lot that I'm just trusting myself here. Yeah. And the newest addition to this lens set is this 16-30, which is honestly absolutely tiny. So they've got the 28-75, they've got the 70-180. The 16-30 is the newest one. It's also 2.9. Immediately, I'm just gonna say it. It's small, yes, I love it. I love the size of it, but we're on a shoot where we're switching out lenses really quick. And the first thing that I put it next to, I was like, there's no way that the focus rings and everything line up, and they don't. So everything, when we switch out, say we've got a zoom rack, or say we've got a zoom motor or an iris motor or a focus motor, the second we swap out to this lens, we gotta shift everything. Okay, and braking. So this is the prime example that I was talking about with the size. Now we gotta take off the lens support. He's gotta swing the nucleus to the other side, and it's still not gonna fit, and I think we're gonna end up throwing it by hand, honestly. Oh, there we go, just kidding. Problem is solved. So after about a minute of tinkering around where the director is screaming at us, we got it. So immediately I know we're going for small form factor, which yes is great. When I'm working fast on a set, I don't love having to move around my whole motor, and my AC will never love moving around a whole motor. So that's something to consider. It's not the end of the world. The ring on the front is still the same. It's still 77 mil. They're still all 2.9. It's still PL. So that's really the only thing that's different. So we're getting this low hero shot where camera's below him. We've got big skyscrapers behind him, and it's kind of this looking up hero shot. And we want to make the world look huge, big, large. So we're throwing on the 16 for the first time. By doing a 16, it's going to get this super wide shot. Maybe we'll do a slow zoom on. I don't know. I've been in the mood for all these crash zooms and stuff like that. But that's kind of the vibe we're going with this backdrop. We got the sun flaring into the lens and having it big and high because we're showing off the belt. So it's a cool way to show off a belt. I'm ready if you guys are.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about this, man. I've done too many crotch shots in my career that I like to admit. How's that? Okay. My first thoughts on the 16 to 30, I like it. I think that it's a good middle ground of like a clean spherical, but it's got just a little bit of, especially when the sun hits, that very like orbal halo flare, whatever you want to call it. I like it. So
It's a good size too.
it is a good
Like,
size.
Except for the whole fact of what we were talking about earlier. But
Yeah, other than the different focal lengths, watch your back, of being different lengths, it's a good size. I like it still. That's just,
does not make sense. Like,
I love this composition though. With the wide, the 16, you get like every street in here.
there's a ton. I mean, you got lines there, lines there. Yeah, it's just.
There's just in color and the perfect direction of sun coming through.
So,
It looks good. And I'm okay with the vignette from the filter. Honestly, fun thing about these wides is that you can just get really weird lines. Like all the lines distort and do crazy things. So we went Dutch on this shot of the city and tilted down to him like walking through. And it's so unique and different and the world feels huge. I think it's an awesome way to do things. So what if we do a whip
you
in?
do one person.
Let's do a whip into the person and then like a quick jump to him and then he like
Yeah.
very like bam, bam, next guy. Put
Yeah.
the belt in your face. That feels cool.
Action. Luke. That was sick.
I'm liking the lenses so far.
Just
Quality-wise and character and the look of them, it's a very nice clean, but still a little bit of buttery softness to it that doesn't just look clinical like a G Master lens that I'm really liking on this right now. So with zooms, there's benefits and there's drawbacks to them. One of the benefits you've seen earlier, deciding focal lengths and stuff like that, but it allows us also to get some dynamic shots. Like earlier today, we've been getting a lot of crash zooms where we start at our wide and we punch in or we pull out or whatever, a lot of dynamic shots. But you can't do that unless the lens is parafocal or you've got focus marks, which makes things 10 times more complicated. But parafocal is pretty much where if a lens at 24 zooms into 70, that focus point doesn't move. It's still, the subject is still in focus. So that's what these lenses are. These are parafocal lenses, which allow us to get these crash zooms, which are another like, a benefit to having zooms. I guess one of the drawbacks of comparing zooms and primes is that primes are always going to be faster. They're going to have a lower t-stop, like a 1.9 or a 1.5 or whatever. Zooms, just because of form factor and physics, it just can't get as wide open or as fast just because the elements, I don't know, the physics behind it. I've been running these like 5.6 to T8 all day long. So it doesn't affect me on this project, but it is something to consider that zooms versus primes, if you need something wide open at like 1.5 or 1.8, 2, whatever, you shoot on primes. You just gotta weigh out the options when you're picking a lens for the job. What we're gonna do, we're gonna stick camera right here, probably, and we're gonna be high tilting down. We're gonna get a shot where like we're masking it. So it's gonna be like, Luke's there, Luke's over there, Luke walks into the frame, and it's all of these little like masks of him in like 5 different places throughout the stairs. Yeah, this could be cool, like as high as we can get, and then we get some of this, and it's almost just like, because I'd love for like one of them, like, why don't we keep this one? Like, he's just like, and just like walks off. So like one dynamic shot, we got a guy like maybe right here, just fixing, like looking around, maybe somebody sitting fixing their belt.
All posed up here.
Yeah.
And let's see.
It's gonna be an interesting shot, dude.
Cool. Now have you go ahead down here.
Like almost like right, I think here, yeah, right there. Why don't we do it one more? As like all of that is a sequence.
Yeah.
Because I loved when you're looking at it and then just jumping straight to like the, like look at it, bring it up, bam. Sick, cut. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna like that.
Cool, let's just go get some shots of him.
Damn it, I thought you were gonna say like go get some food or go get some beer, go get some. I think that the lenses are a great choice. To me, these lenses are like a great owner-operator set, like something that I'd have in my kit and use on a day-to-day basis. Is it, if I've got unlimited budget, the zoom that I'd go to? No, not at all. But I think that they are a great lens for a lot of different jobs. They're a very diverse set of lenses and something that I can see myself using quite a bit. So we got a few more shots left in the day and we're late on time. So I'm probably gonna be giving you less attention, but just don't take it personally. I got places to be. I'm starving. I haven't eaten since breakfast. And unless you're paying this for me, I don't want to hear it. All right, guys, we're gonna take this last shot right now. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. guys in the next video. Okay, bye. I love you. All right, you guys ready?